I'm Dara Def. I'm a variety streamer, and this is our second ever episode of Minkles and Dragons. Last Friday was our first episode. Like Saji just showed there, we aren't going to be interacting much with the chat while we're playing, just so that we could keep the flow of the story going. Oh, I was like, what's happening right now? I forgot that we did that. I was like, what is all that text?
Sorry. I just was trying to help people catch up.
No, thank you. I don't think I got Laszlo's bio there. Or did I? I can't remember. I don't think you sent it to me. But anyway, yeah. I think that's it. I'm fairly new to D&D myself, so for my first time, I'm not doing like an accent or anything like that. I'm still trying to get comfortable with how to play. This is very, very new for me, so keep that in mind while you're watching. As Dylan, our lovely dungeon master, mentioned, that this is like a homebrew, very story intensive for our first one, so not as much focus on like combat and like rolling all the time for all this kind of stuff, so just keep that in mind. Oh, Kimbu brought you. Nice. We love Kimbu very much here. He is amazing. Yeah, Dylan, do you want to say anything?
You got a subscription.
The Canadian coming in with a Twitch Prime 2 months in a row. Thank you so much. Oh shit! And a $50 dono from Zach that says money for the Minkles and for Dungeons and Donos program. Holy shit. Holy shit. Let me write that. Thank you so much, Zach. I gotta write that down. That is fucking incredibly hype. Whoa. Thank you. Wow. Can I get some loves and hypes in the chat, please, for that amazing Zach Dono for the Canadians resub? Let me just double check if I missed any follows or anything like that. So as you could see, we don't have any audio, except for that, actually. She did do the text to speech, which is pretty funny. But yeah, no, Thunder Nation, that resub, it's 88 resub. Thank you. The Monkers with the follow, and I see you right now with the follow. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Yeah. Make sure that you guys, I guess, go check out, please, Silver Castle Studios, or Dylan. He is a streamer. He does stream. Please go drop him a follow. He paints miniatures. He does an amazing job and does commissions as well. So if you are looking to get some awesome mini painting done, he is your go-to guy. And actually, he's been teaching me how to mini paint. And we have some more to paint, so hopefully soon we will have a mini painting stream. Look forward to that.
Yes.
Sagittary, over here on my left, awesome human being, our community manager here. She also streams as well, has just started getting really into it. So please go drop her a follow. I've been playing some Minecraft, right? Some Overwatch? Oh, you're muted, love.
No, I just was laughing. Minecraft. You know,
okay.
Minecraft.
She's playing some Minecraft. Hey, people love it. People love it. Please go give her some love. And we have MWB Design Studios, also a streamer. Just all of the streamers. So that means, Nixus, you're going to have to start streaming, by the way. Please go drop MWB Design Studios a follow as well. An amazing artist. Seriously, go look at his work. Your Instagram has a lot of your art, right? Yeah, go check out drop him a follow on Twitch and go look at his art. You will not be disappointed. On Instagram, he is very talented. He even did the art, our character portraits, which you can see in our little corners, which are just so beautiful. So yes, go give him some love. And Nix, as well, she doesn't stream. She is a new moderator to the Dara Def Minkle squad. I'm very happy to have her as a guest on Minkles and Dragons as well. We love you, Nixus.
I love you guys.
And a lovely person.
Let's just get some big loves and hypes for everybody that is participating in this. And Dylan, who has poured many, many hours into this overlay, into writing this whole amazing story. It is a lot of work. And again, a big thank you for all of your guys' support. Just being here is awesome. And the donations and stuff like that. We do really want to, this seems to be pretty successful. We do want it to continue, and we want to bring you guys more awesome stuff. So with a little bit of financial help, we will be able to provide more for you and make this even more epic. So really appreciate that. And those follows as well. Zolhana74, thank you for the follow. And just again, another quick reminder, because I'm talking too much. You guys should shut me up. One more time, that we won't really be interacting. Oh my god. I pulled a freaking fuck, what's his name? I almost threw up there. We're fine. This is Syphilis. Syphius. That's, god damn it. There's so many names now. I have to write them down. I'm not even kidding. I have them written down.
That's syphilis.
Syphilis. Look at this. Azanzazadreus the Lizard, Conjurer of Entertainment. I'm not kidding. I write this down because I'll forget. Anyway, we won't really be interacting, so just keep that in mind. It's not, we're not ignoring you. We just want to keep the flow of the story going. So, yeah. Okay, shut up, Dara. I will keep verbal fucking diarrhea. Let's shut up. I'm muting my mic.
Okay, I'll take over from here. Before we begin again and resume, we have a system integrated into this as well. It is a voting system, so there's an overlay that pops up on Dara's channel if you click on her stream. For mobile viewers or anybody who doesn't have it popping up, there is a button somewhere located that should allow you to enable it to vote. But essentially, we have a system where you, the viewers, can vote to influence what happens on the adventures. And for this break, what I've done is I have another one up. So the last break we did, we had a very vague one. This one isn't so vague so much as you don't know when I'm going to apply it. But if you could go ahead and those of you who are viewing right now, cast your votes. The results of that vote will influence what happens to our players at some point in the adventure. It might be right away, might be in the future, who knows? The players of our adventure should not be looking at those votes. They shouldn't be, like, anyone who's in this adventure shouldn't be casting any votes or knowing what's going on. Also, I should have explained that previously. But if you guys want to vote on what happens during this adventure, go ahead and click on that and vote. There's one of two options. In the future, we might have multi-option votes depending on if there's a lot of people viewing. But more or less, that's what we have available for you as viewers to kind of interact with our adventures. So if you guys can go ahead and vote on that right now and let us know if you can't see it or if there's any issues, and we will kind of tally up those votes. But in the meantime, if anybody has anything like positive statements they want to say right now, or if they just want to show their hype for what we've been doing, please feel free in the chat. Oh yeah, you don't have to pay any currency to vote. The votes, the votes don't cost you Minkles. Dara's currency chat, chat currency, current currency chat, business. I like money. That's currency chat. But yeah, it's free to vote. You can go ahead and vote for the result there. We're gonna probably do one more after this. So for those of you who might not be able to get in and contribute your votes, don't worry. There'll be one more kind of deciding vote to put down. But if you guys have anything else to say in chat, now's the time before we resume our adventure and I get everyone on their journeys. Is there anything any of the players wanted to bring up before we resume at all?
No, let's proceed. Sorry, I think we good. I just spoke for everybody. I'm gonna go back to muting my mic.
Laszlo, you good? Okay, you guys are giving me symbols. I have my, over here on my TV is where I have the people viewing because I don't ever remember.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, then I guess we will resume our adventure. So let me take a look at the votes and see who has been voting and what we're sitting on right now. Those of you who might not have been paying attention or didn't catch it, we have a little system integrated into the chat or into the channel where you can click on the screen. It'll bring up this thing called Twitch Picks. It's a voting extension. If you cast your vote on it, it'll decide what happens regarding to that vote. This one is less vague, but it does have some like implications, right? But it looks like we have an overwhelming response to one of the choices. So I think unless any major ones come up when I refresh this, I'll already have the vote for when we start. Yep, that's an overwhelming amount of votes for one option. So we're gonna go with the option you guys voted for and resume the adventures. Okay. So I'm going to engage the snowstorm along with the ambience. Dara, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, there's fruit fly. I got a fruit juice thingy, and the fruit flies are coming out of the woodwork, so I'm clapping them.
All right, can we all take a moment to just hit invisible flies in the air?
Yes, solidarity! Get them flies for me, please. They're fuckers. Thank you very much.
Okay, there we go. We helped Dara out. All right, we rejoin our adventurers as they are trudging through the snow. They are kind of making their way towards the resident blocks. They kind of meet up there, and everyone kind of it's a large amount of space to search, but for some reason you've already just managed to find Laszlo. It was very lucky, and also advances the plot very quickly. So now that you all have met together and are waiting here at the residences out in the cold, you can formulate a plan together on searching all these big areas, more or less. So why don't you guys go ahead and interact with one another?
I say we each take a house.
Maybe I can just turn myself into multiple little gnomes, and we can just send my clone army to go get everyone.
A gnome clone army. Just the sound of it is amazing. Can you do that?
Would that be a clone army?
A clone? I like you.
Isn't she great? Can we keep her?
Great.
Can we keep her?
That sounds great. Just so long as I'm not hanging out with Dolan for a minute. That'd be great.
The
Okay.
dwarf leans over. It's Dolan.
Sorry.
And Laszlo, do you have any input to offer?
Fine. Clone army.
He's had enough of our shit, but yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
So
You
I'm
know
gonna
what? I like that idea. You want to split up into a bunch of little gnomes and kind of search houses. So Dolan goes like, I like that idea too. It's a good idea. We should take the rocks though that we have, the speaker stones, and walk up and down the alleys. And we should just yell for people. We shouldn't search houses particularly. We should just, there's a lot of ground to cover. We should probably just start yelling and see if people are there or not.
That's
All
fair
right.
too. That's fair.
All right. So Saji, you want to make Keefe generate some more gnomes?
Yeah, we're gonna try this.
Okay. So you're gonna have as many gnomes as dependent on how well this roll goes.
Okay.
So you're going to roll me a d20, and you're going to not modify it whatsoever.
Okay. Please. Are you fucking kidding me? Hello? Hello? This is rigged. This is actually rigged.
Oh shit, they can't see the rolls. It was a 1. Hold on, sorry, that was my bad. Sorry guys, I fail. Fire me. I'm fired. It was a 1! It was a 1 for all of you
Natural 1.
who didn't see.
Because that's what I do. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So
This is great.
Kiffy, in an attempt to make clones of herself and use her magical powers to divide herself and make it easier to search, actually kind of has the opposite effect and magically turns her feet into little versions of herself. So she hasn't turned into multiple. She has turned into multiple gnomes. It's just two of them are much smaller than her and on her feet. So now she's got little gnome feet. They're stuck to her, and they're quite cold. They're not enjoying being in the snow. So little versions of Kifi are now complaining about freezing to death in the snow. So we got that going for you.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go yell down the aisles. At least I have 3 of my voices now, so, you know, we should be quite loud.
You guys are a fun group. You guys look like you have a really good time.
So what I want you all to do before we continue onwards from here is I want each and every one of you to roll a d20 at a -2. And I'll even do a public roll for Dolan as well. All right, so we got Prue, Laszlo, Kip, me, and what about Kifi? Oh, excellent.
There it is. There it is.
Hello? Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Good thing it was not a spell, but what
Yes.
what can you do?
So you're looking down at everyone's kind of like sitting there like trying not to laugh at your gnome feet, and you're looking down at the gnome feet as they're complaining like, "It's really cool. Please kill us." So they're kind of sitting there doing that, and you look down and you can kind of see that that there's a little bit of pebblage kind of like moving over towards you guys, and there's a couple of like little pebbles and like that have moved through the snow and kind of sat at your feet, and you're sort of sitting there and like, that's a little weird. And you look up through the snowy kind of blizzarding like fuck that is everything around you guys, and as you look out into the snow, you can see forms kind of coming, but nobody else can. Everyone else is a little too distracted by gnome feet. They're all looking down and they're kind of like, tiny gnome feet, and you kind of go wide-eyed and you start trying to get everyone's attention, Kifi. So you can go ahead and do that.
Hey guys. Not to distract from my little accident that just happened, but there is something coming for us, and I think it is of the rock-like nature. And come on, feet, back me up, please. Come on, let's eyes up here, guys. Guys, over there.
And your little feet start going like, yeah, there's pebbles. That's still really cool.
Wow, they can talk.
Yeah, they're little versions of Kifi.
This is like amazing. Can I keep one? I like it.
And you're trying to like get these guys to pay attention. Laszlo and Dolan are kind of like getting it together. They're kind of like, maybe we shouldn't be paying attention to this. But Prue and Kip are just kind of like, gnome on gnome. And they're admiring that, and you're just kind of still panicking. So why don't you go ahead and give it one more try to get everyone to pay attention to things?
Hello. There are dangerous rock monsters. They're gonna take your alcohol, and my gnomes are gonna be gone. So we should probably get these people out of here, or run. Running's always great too.
Yep.
Or
Save the alcohol. Let's go.
And the area that you guys are kind of stuck in, you notice on both the left and right sides, there's some figures moving in, and as you kind of like stop and notice this, you kind of see that you guys have been encircled by a group of these big rock monsters that you had faced below. But unfortunately, there's maybe about 12 of them instead of one.
Is there one particular direction they're not in?
There's kind of like an opening into the alleys of the residences themselves, where you're standing. Otherwise, you guys are kind of surrounded by a semicircle of these rock monsters.
Run into the alley, folks.
To the alleys. Yes, to the alleys.
To the alleys. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, you guys are gonna cheese it.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye.
Yep. And that's all you're gonna do. There's no other preparation here
Yeah.
in mind.
No, is our bearded friend running with us?
The Dolan's already ahead of you guys.
All right, excellent.
He's
We're
out.
following.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get out, please.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
we're
perfect.
yelling, or I'm at least going to be yelling in my stone for everyone to leave and run and get out.
Okay, cool. Keefe, can you roll a d20 at a -2 for me?
Oh God. Okay. Please.
So as you guys go to run, Keefe isn't actually used to now having gnomes for feet, and she slips and falls into the snow, which is a tad bit more dangerous for someone her height. And you guys are kind of like, you look behind you and you see her kind of that fall, and all the rock monsters are now moving in on you guys. Anything you're gonna do here now?
I run to help Keefe up. For sure.
I also run to help so we can get out of here.
All right, cool. Kip and Laszlo, can you both roll me a d20 at a +5?
Oh, okay.
And you perfectly abled human.
Just watch. It's gonna be 5 or 6. Oh God, here we go.
Got a 14.
Oh wait, what? Okay, did I do it wrong? Oh right, I did
You-
plus like Saggy did. Sorry. Oh,
Nice.
whew.
Thank God.
Jesus.
All right. So you guys grab Keefe and start hauling ass with her down the alleyway, along following Dolan, and he's kind of like turning around, kind of like, "What are you doing? Fucking run!" You know, like, "What are you fuck?" And so you guys kind of catch up with him and start running. And these rock monsters, they're scary, they're intimidating, but they're not fast. So you easily lose them as you kind of run into the residence blocks. And so now you guys are kind of like catching your breath. You've run a decent ways. What are you gonna do now? Are you gonna start searching around?
Yeah. Do you guys want to start searching? Like we're safe. Like we're
Yeah.
for now. Okay.
Yeah, if we're gonna do, we should go fast though.
Are we
I think.
are we
We should
still
hurry.
in the residence block? Sorry.
Yes, you're still.
Yeah.
So right now, currently, if you were to look at the map, you guys would be in the part that I am having trouble scrolling to. There we go. So you're basically on the leftmost 5 area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm good to search now. If we're safe and you guys want to look around now, we're good.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
Let's save some people.
Yeet.
All right.
Should we split up?
I would say if there's this many rock people, maybe we should stick together.
Let's
at
stick
this point.
together. Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. So I'm gonna do some hidden rolls. We're just gonna do one of those. Oh, and we're gonna do one of these. Oh, and we're gonna do one of these. Oh. Forms a ladder of numbers. Interesting. What the fuck? All right. So you guys walk around talking into your little rocks, and you're kind of yelling out. You're a little bit on the easy side of like drawing more attention to where you are, even though this is kind of the only way you'll be able to find somebody. And as you do so, Dara's token flies randomly onto the map for some reason.
I'm helping Zolhana
That-
try to understand where we are. Sorry, I was just explaining. Like we're kind of
okay.
over here, but I could put it
Okay.
back. I just wanted to.
It would be over there then.
Oh.
Like this is the area.
Is that
Like,
5? Oh, it's so small on my screen. I thought this was 5. What is this one? Three?
These are all the residences.
No, I know.
there's-
I just didn't know the number. I thought this was 5 down here in the middle.
It's all 5.
Oh, but you're saying we're on the leftmost side. Okay, I
You're
get
on
it.
the leftmost side of the residences.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you guys
Sorry.
are moving around. Oh, help us! We're here.
Okay.
And then you can go ahead and move yourselves back to the area
'Kay.
on the legend.
Gotcha.
There we go. All right, so you guys are looking around there, looking for people. and as you kind of do so, you're yelling out, and you suddenly there is like a rustling from a nearby alleyway, and you can see a procession of like more of these like rock monster kind of things coming out to face you guys, and they're kind of blocking the way you're walking, and you're kind of getting ready to fight, and then you hear a voice from up on high that sounds kind of almost like it sounds like he's got like teeth that are very sharp, like his speech is a little bit impeded by it, but you hear a voice from up on high, basically just be like, "Come this way!" And you kind of look up and you see this like hooded figure. You can't really make out too many details of him, but he's kind of like pointing for you guys to go around back behind the building that he's on top of.
Generally, I think this is sketchy, but given the circumstances, I think we should go in the direction he's pointing.
I don't want to get smushed by rocks. We should go.
Yeah, I agree. I'll follow.
I'm just going to do one quick roll here to see how something else goes before you guys do that. Nice. All right. So, and Laszlo,
It's scary when a DM does that.
I know, right?
When they roll and then they go, nice.
I know.
Like, that's horrifying.
Laszlo, you're going with
I
that?
suppose I'll go along for now.
Okay. So as you guys are getting ready to go, Dolan is like, "I'll be there in a minute," and he runs up to one of the rock monsters, and he goes, "Ah!" and he underhand swings his like rock hammer thing and hits one, and where it would like be a humanoid's equivalent of a groin, and basically like showers the rock monster across the street, and he looks down at it and he goes, "Fuck off!" and then he turns around and he runs back to you guys.
That was badass.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So he follows you both into the building, and you can kind of hear the snow kind of a little less, but these aren't as well insulated, these buildings. They're not really protective against extreme weather. And you kind of like, you're now in the bottom part of this building, and you hear footsteps as somebody starts running kind of down the stairs to greet you. Is there anything you guys are going to do before that?
Our guard.
I don't know. Whatever you think might be appropriate to do while you're waiting for whoever it is to come down.
I'm gonna pull my quarterstaff off my back and prep it for bludgeoning.
Can we see everything in here? Like, is it dark?
Yeah, it's really dark.
Okay. I'll take out my torch.
I'm gonna try and light the room up. Yes, I am.
Oh, you're gonna try to cast magical light source again?
Magical light source. Yes, I am.
All right, you're gonna roll me a d20 plus 1.
Ooh, I got a plus.
You do.
This is a good day. Please be okay. Please.
I can't.
Give me a bone.
I can't.
A little bone.
Okay. Excellent. So you fucked that up again.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, instead of summoning a pillar of flame, your hand that you hold out to cast the spell just in case is an ice.
Yep.
So now you've got gnome feet and a hand covered in ice.
Yep. This is a great adventure, guys. I'm real glad that we're here and we're helping all of these people. Yep.
All right. So
You mentioned you're a magic user, right?
Yeah, I am. The best
Yeah.
that may come.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just pat you on the shoulder. But I do have my torch out, right? And we can like relatively see. Okay.
have your torch out. You guys can see a little bit better.
Okay.
So Saji froze her hand. Nixus kind of got ready with her stick.
Okay.
You took the torch. Laszlo, what are you doing?
Just waiting. I can light my torch as well.
Okay. So now we have extra torchage. Radical.
Torchage.
Yeah.
I like
Tubular.
it. Tubular torchage, dude.
All right. So as you're kind of doing that, you hear the footsteps of your would-be rescuer heading down the stairs, and he turns the corner and stops in front of you all. And he's got his hood off now, and you can see that he has two kind of like horns that go. First of all, his skin is red, and his on his head he's got two horns that kind of sweep back flat and go behind his head. Kind of looks like he has like greasy hair made out of horns, and then he actually has greasy hair on top of that that's like slicked back with his horns, and that's like jet black. And his eyes are a very bright kind of yellow color, and he's got like teeth that are rather sharp, and you can kind of see flicking up behind him is kind of like a tail, and you can tell that this guy is like a demon kid. He's got demonic heritage, and so he looks like kind of like a half-breed before a demonic creature.
Oh, sorry.
No, what are you gonna do?
I was just gonna say, I lean over to Keefe and say, I bet he was behind the door we were trying to open.
We should ask him about it.
We have to. Maybe he knows how to open the door.
Yep, we should ask him.
Okay.
So he kind of like he smiles at you guys and is basically like hey, how's it going? Hey, what brings you all here?
Hi. We're running away from scary rock monsters. What are you doing here?
He kind of sniffs and like runs his hand like this, like rapidly under his nose, and sniffs a bit more times than is necessary. And he's like, yeah, hey, I live here. We're this is what were those? Sorry?
Rock monsters. Yeah, scary
rock monsters.
big rock things coming to chase us. You haven't seen them? You haven't seen those in this here town yet?
And
Sir?
he kind of he like laughs and twitches, and he's like, snow.
Okay. You know what? First, I should say, this is what adventurers say: friend or foe. I just stare at him, like trying to be like, I puff up a little bit, and I'm just like trying to look as intimidating as possible.
And he kind of starts laughing, like he's like giving his knee a slap, and then he doesn't answer you, and just kind of like starts motioning for you guys to follow him down the stairwell into the like basement area.
I'm gonna guess that means friend. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, let's go with that.
Let's go.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know if that exists in this world, so I didn't say it.
It's pretty safe to assume that narcotics exist.
Okay.
And you're probably right to assume that he is a user of narcotics.
Okay, I got that feeling. I've had enough special elven friendship brownies in my life to pick up on when people might be high as fuck.
Yeah, you get the sense that this demonkin fellow is an addict.
Okay.
And, somebody who probably uses a lot of drugs.
Okay.
So he starts leading you guys into the basement, and are you all going with him?
I don't know too much. I mean, to be fair, I've met all of you only today, and it's been a very busy day. However, I don't make a habit of following demons into basements, if I can help it.
That's fair.
I don't know, there's something about him. I just have so many questions, and he doesn't seem that harmful, guys. I kind of want to follow him. I mean, what is our other choice? There's rock monsters outside, or there's this kind of quirky, crazy demon guy. Like, it's an adventure. Let's check it out.
You know what?
I'll go first.
Lead the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll go-
Lead the way.
I'll go
I
first.
will bring up the rear.
I'll go first. Okay. And then, of course, I put Pip in front of me and make Pip go first, as per usual.
And she happily trots along down the stairs, oblivious of any danger. as one does.
Classic Pip. All right.
So you guys follow the demonkin, and sorry, were you, Nixus, were you electing to reluctantly follow with everyone?
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna stay near the top of the stairs for as long as possible until everybody's out of sight before heading down. I just I don't want to be in the basement. I don't want to go.
Okay, that's fair. As you guys kind of like move towards the basement area and follow him along to one of the underground apartments, the apartment he leads you to, you're fully 2 stories underground now. The apartments that are underground have no windows. They're very much enclosed little spaces and lots of. Luckily, the lighting down here is actually going because it's more like bioluminescent kind of like moss lamps. So they're down here, and you can tell like this area of the city was built to exist for people or denizens of the world that potentially don't like the sun very much or often live most of their lives underground. So as you kind of go with this demonkin, you can kind of hear faint whispers in the back of your mind. And it doesn't sound like any audible thing around you. It just sounds like you can hear like odd little noises and whispers in the back of your head, as if you were thinking it, but it's not there. So he stops at the end of one of the hallways on the 2nd level below and kind of motions you guys to quickly get into the apartment that he's kind of like motioning towards.
All right. Pip and I shuffle on in first. Ahead of everyone else, I would say, quite a bit. Yeah?
Yeah,
'Kay.
yeah. I'll keep a safe distance on this one.
Okay.
You got this, Pip and Kip.
Pip and Kip.
And what's Laszlo doing?
I'm begrudgingly walking along.
And what about Prue?
Yeah, I just if everybody's going in, I'm going in. Following everybody in.
All right, and Dolan is like, he's kind of like, he looks like he's like swatting at his head, like kind of like what the hell, like flies kind of thing. And he's like, does anyone else hear that buzzing noise?
Yes. Specifically, yes, I do.
No. I don't hear
No?
a buzzing.
No, you don't?
No.
All right, so obviously what he's kind of hearing is a little different from the rest of you, but you all hear voices, but he's hearing like a weird buzzing sound. Sounds kind of like flies, and he can honestly like he's like, oh, I could swear there's flies here. There's a kind, but no, there's no flies, but there's flies. What the hell? And as you guys kind of like move towards the apartment, Kip and Pip kind of round the corner, and as always, Pip just fucks off into the room. And as you're about to lean around the corner, you can hear like somebody else in the room. Sounds kind of like a really large kind of like voice, but it's definitely very feminine. And she's like this large feminine voice is just kind of like, oh my god, a dog! And as you kind of like lean around the corner, there's like this a congregation of what you could call like outcasts, more or less, sitting around in this room together. And in front of you, directly, you can see that they're all gathered around a source of fire. And what it looks like at first is like somebody had taken like topiary kind of like fake plant from a lobby of a hotel and set it on fire. So it's kind of like a bush that's just sitting there, like a nice bush in a pot on fire. But as you notice that the fire, it seems to be giving off warmth, but it's not actually burning anything. So it's kind of like sitting there engulfing this bush, but it's providing warmth, but the whole thing isn't on fire. And that's kind of weird. And then as you look around, you see a bunch of like hooded figures, and one of the voice you heard basically like so excited about your dog is now petting Pip and like super excited about it. And it's kind of like this slightly overweight woman, kind of demonkin, and she's got green skin and has a whole bunch of, like, her hair is basically made up of, like, scales. And she's got really big, like, crazy purple horns. And she's just sitting there, like, super happy, like, oh my god, I have a dog to pet. And yeah, that's what you make out so far in the room, is the red demonkin and the green demonkin, and then a couple of other more hidden, huddled figures in the room. So that's what you see, Kip.
Okay. I just kind of look around and take it all in, and I'm just like, bunch of outcasts. My people. And I just have a big, like, sigh of relief and feel very content and okay where I am right now. I guess I walk up to the demon lady. And,
the one petting your dog?
Yeah, the one that's petting my dog. And I say, hi, that's Pip. And then I just wait to see what she says.
Like, looks up at you with, like, a smile in her eyes, and she's like, that's your name? You're Pip! Oh my god! And, like, starts snuggling your dog in her face. She's like, I love dogs!
She's pretty great. She does some really cool stuff. Maybe I'll show you a trick sometime.
Learning the lessons of previous introductions.
Yep.
All right, so you guys outside hear that interaction. It seems nothing's killed Kip. So what are you all gonna do? You gonna go in with her?
Yeah, I'll go in.
Yes.
I would like to linger at the door, please.
Okay. So Prue is just gonna kind of, like, sit outside and be a little bit a little bit reluctant to enter the room, and Dolan is going to meanwhile move in with everybody, kind of, like, still going, like, oh god, fucking Jesus, you know, like, he's really obviously bothered by these imaginary flies. And he kind of stumbles into the room, and he's not really paying attention, and he trips over one of the other dudes, like, sitting around this, like, burning but not burning bush, and is like, oh god, I'm so sorry. And the person, like, looks up at him and hisses, and it's another demonkin. You kind of get the sense that all the people in this room are all like demonkin, and this one is like it's like a dark black, and it's got dark black eyes, and it has, like, ebony ivory, like, horns, and no hair, and it's got no teeth, so it's really awkward to look at, and it just kind of, like, goes back to huddling by the fire. And now you guys are all in the room, and you see all these people assembled, and the kind of, like, janky red one is, like, scratching his neck, and he's like, so what brings you guys out here?
Did you see those rock monsters?
Apparently he didn't. He doesn't know what they are. We were being chased by some really scary large rock monsters, and then you, our hero, came to our rescue, and here we are. But you've never seen those before? You don't know what we're talking about?
And he kind of, like, he kind of, like, laughs a bit. He's like, well, I saw them, like, today, but otherwise no.
Oh.
We gotta get you out of here because they're coming for you.
Hmm.
We gotta go.
And as you, I can't do justice to who I'm about to voice, so I'm just going to say that, like, I'm just going to talk for them. You can hear, like, somebody kind of coming out from the back of the apartment, and it's a very, like, almost seductive kind of sounding voice. It's very pleasant to hear, and kind of wants to make you do whatever the hell it tells you to. And she uses this, like, kind of semi-deep but not entirely, like, voice to address you all, and basically asks everybody, why would we want to go anywhere with anyone else but our own kind?
If I may, just for a minute. Nice, seductive lady. You see, I know what you're feeling right now. Like a reject, and you don't really want to mingle with other races because you feel like maybe you're gonna be judged. But I've been there, and I didn't think that I would find a really great group of friends that can be companions together and help each other out. Honestly, these are great people, and we just want to help so badly, and you are in grave danger if you stay here. You are going to get hurt. These rock monsters are super dangerous, and we just want to help you. I promise that's all we want. I have some elven friendship brownies. They're real special if you guys want some, but like, we really should get going. I promise you, it's really dangerous if we stay here, and I'm telling you now, we're not trying to hurt you. We just want to help.
And as you kind of deliver that, the figure who addresses you comes out of the shadows, and you see what is essentially just this beautiful gray-skinned demonkin woman. Her horns are made of like clear, pure crystal, and she has white and silver eyes, and she has white lips and white eyebrows. And she's about 6'2" and looks really agile. And you also notice that she's wearing like very ornate looking kind of like robes of worship. And she kind of gives you like a polite chuckle, and then tells you that like she introduces herself to you, and her name is Devotion, and Devotion is the high priestess of the faith of the damned and the denied at the Church of the Many. And she tells you that she came here from the church to gather all of her forgotten brothers and sisters together to kind of like try to outlast the blizzard. And then she kind of like smiles at you coyly, and asks you if perhaps like there's a reason why you would have to take everyone to the central spire so quickly.
Well, like I said, those rock monsters are coming for us, and just better in numbers, safer in numbers. Anybody else wanna?
They never stop. They reform every time. It is not time for being Nancy's or discussing things. We need to move now, or you will be crushed by an onslaught of possessed rock.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put it like that, but yeah, what he said, it's true. It's true. We gotta go.
I just kind of stare at her starstruck and go, she's beautiful. Like, unable to say anything else. Just like, not looking at her, looking up at her, just like in awe.
Hold on, I gotta just change it up here. There we go. So she kind of like, she notices that Keefe is looking up at her like all in awe, and she just kind of like gives you like a nice little like shrug and kind of strokes the top of your head and runs her fingers through your hair, and then looks over back at Kip and is like, asks you, why do you think anyone, even in such dire circumstances as these, would welcome the corrupted into their home?
If you do not give them a chance, you will never get one.
Yeah, there's all different walks of life where we're going. Lots of different types of people. If anyone says anything to you guys, you got me, my crew, and my Pomeranian Pip.
You got us.
Pip like looks up from being petted by the Green Demon King, and the Kin is like, being loved.
Not only are we fighting rock monsters, but unfortunately we have to fight one another. And I'm fighting for the downtrodden and the outcasts and anyone who has not felt totally... Sorry,
I just pat Kip's leg. That's all I can reach. Pat it really gently.
Sorry, I got a little emotional there. It's really up to you, honestly. We can't make you go. But we're letting you know what's outside and what is going to happen to you. What do you have to lose? You can come with us or you can stay here and very likely meet your demise. But it's your guys' choice.
Okay. So Devotion is kind of like bemused by your little ragtag group together, and then it's over at Dahlin, kind of like still going like this, and she kind of like lets out like a low kind of like a giggle, and says and like tells the dwarf to come towards her. And at this point, Dahlin, who's been so distracted by flies and everything, is just like, what? Oh. And he's just like, you can see his beard shift a bit. That's all I'll say about things. And so Dahlin comes over to Devotion, and Devotion is like, he's like kind of like absent-mindedly like this, while like dumb drunk looking. And he walks over to her and he goes, "What's your name?" And she kind of like laughs and puts a thumb on his forehead and says something really unpleasant in a language you don't understand. And he kind of goes like for a minute, like somebody drove a railroad spike into his head. And then he kind of like takes a deep breath and then looks around and is like, "Oh, the flies are gone. Thank you." And she kind of nods at him and then looks back up at Kip and explains to you, like, you know, the bush, the bush of sustenance over there, sustainability that they've kind of made, is it has some side effects for people who aren't aligned with its chosen deity, and asks if any of you are also feeling any strange hallucinations or like auditory weirdness.
I am.
I was wondering what that was.
You lean in and look through the door? Is that what you're doing there?
At this point, I'm leaning against the frame of the door with my arms crossed, looking into the room. Yeah.
She looks up at you and kind of squints her eyes a bit, and there's like a flash of recognition almost, and then she just kind of nods and looks at other people and asks them, like, you know, "Hey, like, do you have any problems?" What about you, Kip?
So you said if you don't align with it, then you're seeing things, kind of thing, like hallucinating.
You all, when you entered there, started hearing hallucinations.
Okay.
Like hearing whispers,
Okay,
seeing shadows move and stuff.
Okay.
Dahlin was the only one who started hearing like more like buzzing flies.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I kind of heard some like whispers and stuff, but I just totally thought it was the after effects of the brownie I ate earlier.
And she kind of starts moving towards you to fix it like she did on Dahlin. Are you gonna let her do that?
I'm gonna absolutely allow her.
Okay. You're gonna let the pretty demon lady touch
100%. I'm gonna let the pretty demon lady touch me.
Okay. So she does the same thing and puts her thumb on your forehead and says some strange words, and you also feel a blinding, driving pain in your head for a brief period, and then all of a sudden, all the hallucinations and shit around you are gone.
Thank you, pretty lady. Whose name I cannot say. Sorry.
I like very expectantly, or like a kid proudly waiting in line, walk up to her and stick my forehead out at her.
You're like,
Yep.
fix it.
Fix it, please.
So Keefe gets the thumb treatment as well. Same situation. Laszlo, what about you?
The thumb tree.
Yes, I would like to clear my mind of this nuisance.
All right, same delivery. You get the thumb on the head, and it's painful, but now you can't hear any more odd noises or freaky shit. And Prue, what about you?
I'm good.
You're good on it?
With the noises, thank you.
She Devotion looks over at you and kind of smirks and nods her head. And then she turns back to everybody and starts telling her fallen brethren to get up and collect themselves and grab their things, and they're gonna head out and head to the elevator. And she turns over and she looks kind of like a little amused, and she kind of puts her hand on Kip's shoulder, and she tells you that she's going to meet you at the central access area, you know, where the elevator heads up into the spire, and that she's very thankful that you believe in like her people, and that, like, you know, like she senses like a kindred spirit in how outcasted, you know, you feel in your life. And she kind of looks around at everybody and says, like, you keep interesting company.
Thank you, pretty lady. I just kind of sob. And also kind of look at her for a second as well in awe.
So as she like leaves the shoulder and stuff there, you're all kind of like left to your own devices as you see them all get up and start collecting themselves. And the green demonkin lady kind of like looks a little dejected as Pip kind of jumps out of her hands and runs over to you guys. And she gets up and starts getting her stuff together too. So now what are you gonna do?
We gotta get the rest of the people.
Are there any more areas to search?
Well, first of all, we've been going for a while, right? I forget when we normally were planning on ending, like close to 10:30, right?
Yeah, we have like 10 minutes.
Okay. So you don't really have a lot of time to search. You get the sense that like anywhere else that you could have probably searched, it's already been, you know, like you've taken your time enough. Rock monsters are starting to show up and everything. You kind of get the sense that like maybe it's time to head to the elevator and take what you can get up to the central spire.
Okay.
So is that okay with everyone?
That sounds fine.
Yeah, let's
Any last little things you guys want to do before you head to the elevator?
Did they take the fire with them?
I mean, they're probably going to take the flaming bush with them, yes.
The hashtag nice bush with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if they didn't, I wanted to grab that and take it.
You wanted to take the demonically enchanted warming bush?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Who wouldn't take a demonically enchanting warming bush?
I suppose that's
Of course.
fair.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I want to take anything. I think I'm happy. Yeah.
Laszlo, is there anything you wanted to do?
No, it's time to go.
Prue, anything left for you that you maybe want to do?
No, after this last group that we've managed to round up, I think I'm about done looking for villagers.
That's fair.
All right, fair enough. So as you guys collect yourselves, you head through the streets. And I kind of miscalculated time here, so there won't be a third vote. I'm sorry for the audience. I fucked that up. But as you guys kind of make your way to the central access and reach the elevator, you see that kind of huddled around the entryway into where the elevator should be coming down, where there's enough kind of like shelter, all the people that you had gathered up from the places that you had visited. So there's the Wizards of the Coast, the Halfling Band, there's Raptor Jesus and its followers, kind of like gathered together. They're lowly singing low in the snow and kind of making themselves, a little more comfortable together as they wait for the go ahead. And there's the very burly looking group of blacksmiths, all kind of like, they're enjoying their time. They're wrestling, and the big Minotaur kind of dude doesn't look too bothered by the cold at all. So, there's everyone's gathered together, and you've decided to join the Demonkin on their way over. And as they kind of like integrate with the group of people, there's one of them is just awkwardly holding a burning bush, and they're all like, what the fuck? And they just kind of move in with everybody like, hi. And everyone's like, ugh, demon people. So they're all clustered together. Everybody's waiting to go up in the elevator, and you feel yourselves all kind of like, yeah, pats on the back all around. Everybody's pretty happy that they managed to get this many people together. And as you are making this return trip, you can hear a noise behind you all out in the streets, and it kind of sounds like a small avalanche almost, and you can kind of hear the sound of like a ton of different stones kind of rolling together as one along the road. And as you look out, you can kind of see ranks of these monsters that you were fighting underneath forming in the open square in front of the rock gardens, and there are hundreds of them. There's more than you can really count at this point. And as you look out into this horde of them, Dalwyn reaches down to his side and picks up the rock, and he goes, David? And you hear a brief pause and a fluffling of somebody moving around, and the response, yes, yeah, hi. Hey, how'd it go? Did you get everybody? And he goes, yes, Sonny, we got everyone. Can you send the elevator? And that is where we're going to end today's episode.
Yes! Friggin' David the intern. I love him. I love him.
Doing?
I don't know.
Do you think he was just sitting there waiting for us to come back?
I don't know what he was doing, honestly. He was probably like trying to get like as close as he could, just like staring at that one little piece of rock, like trying his darndest not to vomit. He's like, I'm gonna practice this and try not to throw up when I look at rocks.
It's like when the intern, like when the boss goes on vacation for a week and the intern's like, oh my God, I'm going to learn all the skills. So when the boss comes back, he offers me a full-time job. I got this.
I'm going to be the only dwarf that doesn't vomit when I see rocks.
Yeah.
They'll praise me. They'll be writing songs about me for decades. Fucking love David. Oh, that was great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That was episode 2, Stronger Together, of our Minkles Dragons series. So this is chapter 1 we are currently making our way through. If you guys want to check out chapter 1, episode 1, it's uploaded on Dara's YouTube in sections, or you can catch the VOD in Dara's videos until it disappears as they do eventually. For partners, I think it's like 6 months you get your VODs, right?
Actually, yeah, I think so. You get them longer, but I will have them up on YouTube and then within the next couple of days, because I think there might be something about not being able to put them up right away. Like there needs to be 24 hours or something. Yeah,
that's totally legit, but whatever. But yeah. The previous episode is on YouTube. You can watch it right now. Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
There are 4 parts, so make sure you watch the right ones. It'll say like Minkles Dragons episode 1, part 1 of 4, part 2 of 4, part 3 of 4. So make sure you just watch part 1 first if you haven't already. Yeah.
Perfect. And then Dara, do you want to hunt down some like taverny kind of music, because unfortunately this thing's still broken?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
I'll address the people.
Sure. Yes. Sounds good.
All right. So once again, thank you all very much for coming and joining us on this adventure. It's fun. We're having a blast, and if you are enjoying it, please feel free to share this stream and the recordings around with your friends. Tell your friends we're getting up to shenanigans. And that really helps go a long way to making sure that we can continue doing this after the first chapter that we have planned out. The more positive feedback and support we receive from people, the more we're going to be able to keep doing this on and on and on until we tell the story. And I can say for certain that if we get the right support, I personally have written 9 more chapters worth of content for this whole adventure. that we can go over, and it culminates in quite the like I have the beginning, middle, and end ideas already for this, and it's going to be quite the finale. So hopefully you can help us reach that. But for now, why don't we do a quick little debrief in reverse order, since Dara's throwing together some stuff. Unless you already, did you start playing stuff, Dara?
I just fucking YouTubed medieval royalty-free music, and I have something playing right now, so I'm all good.
Perfect. Well, this is the wrap-up part of our show where we address everybody in chat. So if you guys have any questions or just want to say anything to us now before we end, this is a perfect time to do it. We're all ears. We're all paying attention. And while we do that, Dara, why don't you go ahead and give your thoughts on the adventure?
Oh, I mean, it was really fun. I was like wondering if we were going to get into like any combat, but I thought it was pretty cool that we were going around like trying to gather people. I was really excited to come across those demons because I was like, oh, finally I can kind of like talk to them and share like that I know what they're feeling and stuff, and that was really cool. It was like, oh, an emotional part. I could get all like emotional. That was awesome. It's just good. One day, Pip will transform into something awesome. I'm waiting for it. It will happen.
Pip will get it, I believe.
Pip will get it. She's just a little babby. I haven't had her for very long. It's going to take her a while to understand tricks and stuff, but yeah.
Fair enough. All right, what about you, Saji? Any final thoughts on the adventure today?
Yeah, I think that this is a good night to kind of see people's like personalities and their characters come out. I really loved the interactions between Prue and Dolan, because I think that they were just some great interactions, lots of good like inter-character playing there. And then I like that MWB and his character kind of got to show a little bit more of his heritage in like a slightly quirky way of helping, but definitely like got us through some stuff. So it was really good to see that like part of his character. I think like we're all a little bit new to this, so I think that watching everyone's characters develop a little bit more and kind of get like those extra little quirks that we haven't, I guess, openly talked about, but they're starting to develop, I think is probably the coolest part. Like I'm really enjoying things so far.
Totally. I do feel like I'm like developing as I go, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I will be more like this way or whatever. So it's like the improvisation, like I commend you all on like your improv skills, because that's what most of this really is, right? So yeah. And
on MWB, why don't you hear from you?
I have a couple things.
You gotta put your camera down a little bit, because we don't see your face. There we go.
My shoulder's
there
killing
we go.
me. I got two things. One, I want to say I'm proud of Laszlo for going to the industrial sector, because that was badass. And just like meeting the Minotaur and nearly breaking my foot was great, and just like a really impromptu thing that was based purely off of like just the randomness and decisions. Like it felt like a role play kind of moment, you know. It wasn't scripted necessarily. Like it was there for somebody to find, but I'm just proud I was the one to find it. And just like interacting. And then the other thing is like coming into this, my character was like very much fuck everybody, I got a plan. But now I feel like maybe I'm starting to like the group. Like Laszlo's
I can tell that you're
group.
less like sassy, and like you're just kind of like knocking yourself down a couple notches, and like you stuck up for us. Like when we're in the restaurant-y area or whatever, you were very quick to just be like, they're with me, and like, you know, it wasn't just like one man for himself kind of thing. It wasn't a TJ moment, if you will.
I mean, I'm an only child, so I don't know what it's like to have friends, and so I was very reticent at the beginning. But yeah, I'm starting to warm up to you.
I definitely noticed that there was much less tension between you and the group, which was really cool.
So yeah, it was good.
I personally was very happy that you just immediately chose the Central Industrial District, and that nobody else went with you, because I was like, who's going to talk to a Minotaur?
That was perfect.
And what about you, Nixus? This is your first time rolling with us, but you're a longtime community member. How'd you enjoy your time with us?
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. I always love spending time with you guys and getting to combine that with, like I've been role playing since I was like 16, 17, so like coming up on 15 years at this point. So it's pretty fantastic to get to do something I love with people that I really care about, and you guys are killing it. You guys are having so much fun. It's a pleasure to be part of all of this with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Just, my heart.
It's ugly cry
What about
Is
you,
that what
Dylan? What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah. How
Think
did you
you're
like
shit
this?
players, they're good nerds. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is great. You all are. The nice thing is you may be new players, but you're not new actors. And in a live thing like this, it's nice to have people who are decent actors playing the roles of their characters, rather than somebody who's like got their dick so far up the core rulebook that they just don't understand how to like even make an Irish accent, you know?
I put on my robe and wizard hat.
Yeah.
Blood Ninja way throwback. If you weren't born in the 80s, you probably don't know what that is. Sorry.
No idea.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been great having you guys so far. I'm
Thank
loving
you.
the mechanic. Everything is working really smoothly and also works really well. Like all the DM prep really works well with my spare time. So it's like, this is good. I like this. We should do it a lot. That's my opinion.
I just can't believe my stupid rolls. Like, do you have something in there?
You
Same.
have astronomically shit rolls and I love it.
I've
Like,
told it's just so I messaged Saji and I was just like, it's just so classic that the two clumsy, klutzy Minkles would actually have roles that fucking reflect that. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Before this,
All I have is a rope. You have magic and you can't get your shit together.
I freaking rolled my like large D20 like stuffy thing today. It fucking landed on the one and I was like, well, that's a reflection of what's
There's
gonna
the
happen
game.
tonight. Like that was just like a bad omen. So funny. But yeah. It's funny. I'm not like, oh fuck. It makes for funny content, so whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, rolling crap rolls really gives you an opportunity to reflect with your character about like, oh yeah, you know what? That was a shot and a miss.
Yeah.
How am I gonna handle this?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
gnome feet. Gnome feet.
No feet, right?
Thank you
No,
for those bits, Burnsy. I appreciate it. You've been peppering bits as we've talked. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Fiddle, what are you doing? Are you bandaging your arm or something? Like, what is that noise? Hello? He can't hear me at all. Sorry about that if that was really loud, guys.
No, I
I don't know
barely
what's
heard it.
happening. Just sounds like he's just like taking duct tape and just doing this. Just to see how actually long it is when you unroll it or something.
Yeah, if anyone had any questions in chat also before we go, feel free to fire them out to us. We'd love to answer any questions anyone has. And otherwise, I'm sure at some point we'll also have some references to content of the adventure that you can like read up on, because I've essentially written a book at this point, and there's going to be a lot to reflect on.
Yeah, and
for the next adventure in the journal section of Roll20, I will have all those people you encountered recorded as their own characters that you can reference, so that you guys don't have to write shit down.
sweet.
That'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your hard work on this, Dylan. You've been
Wiggles eyebrows, wiggles
Wiggles
eyebrows.
eyebrows. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Saji, for enjoying my content.
It's great.
this
And
is
yeah,
great.
if you guys like it, we do have a Discord. There is a Minkles and Dragons channel, ! Dixord or Discord in the chat. There is a Minkles and Dragons channel, so if you want to talk about it after the fact, like we're in there. If you want to post your fan art like Lord Zach Bora has been doing, I live for that shit, so please do. Yeah, the more like hype and interest that we have in this, the more viewers, the more people that are in our chat. Honestly, like it really does help if we can grow it, and that goes back to the we'll keep you updated if we want to do a Patreon or something. We will let you guys know, of course. And yeah, again, thank you for all the support tonight, whether it was just hanging out, watching, chatting, lurking, just subbing, whatever. Thank you so much. I really do. We really do appreciate it.
Before we go, do you want to do our silly thing to capture as a gift?
Yes, I do. Okay.
What was that? What were we doing earlier?
What were we doing?
We all started doing.
Oh, clapping flies.
We could do that for our GIF if we wanted to. Otherwise, we could do like. We just did something like literally just earlier that we were referencing. It's like crying or something. I don't know.
Oh, when we were all sobbing heavily?
Ugly crying?
Ugly crying?
Yeah, ugly
Let's
crying.
ugly cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugly cry?
Yeah, let's ugly cry. I think I can't. Hopefully, I clicked start recording and it actually is working while I'm still streaming. So perfect. Ready?
Perfect.
Guys, ready to ugly cry on 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Thank you, guys. We will be back next Friday doing Minkles and Dragons. Same Minkle time, same Minkle channel. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 3. Well, make sure, again, you guys go drop follows to all these lovely human beings. And yeah, we'll see you next Friday. Love you guys. See you shortly.
Love you. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye,
Enjoy that
guys.
game.
Bye.
GG's.